Plates ready? This is Food School, Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Want to feel amazing, love the way you look in the mirror, and perform your absolute best in the gym, at work, and in life? You're definitely in the right place. Food, it's you. It builds every single cell of you. And if there is one thing every human being must master, it's food. Because at the very least, eating, you do it every day, several times a day, every single day. You might as well get good at it. I'm your host, Shurina from Create Yourself That Today, your personal nutritionist and plate watcher, your diet guide and explorer, your fat loss coach and food inspector. And just someone with a lot of passion and obsession and curiosity for healthy food, healthy diets, nutrition, optimized human performance, everything and absolutely anything you put in your grocery shopping cart, your fridge, on your plate, and in your mouth. It's my business. Food School, on a mission to help you eat better daily.
It's the last time I talk about food. It's the last time I talk about food.
Good morning and welcome to another episode of Food School podcast. Guys, today is 21 days till New Year. 2019 is in 3 weeks according to the schedule. So, I got a lot of requests. Yesterday we talked about how we're going to cover different questions and different books and different diets, and I've done a lot of research, on the books and diets that I would like to talk about and look through different questions. But I actually got a lot of requests about some kind of audio manual about healthy eating, healthy habits, exercise habits, recovery protocols, different kinds of routines, and just basic knowledge of what to eat, how to eat in our modern world where that is so not friendly for a person who tries to eat healthy. Like you go to a store and most of the food will screw your health in one way or the other. So because of that, for this next 3 weeks, we're going to have a new podcast episode every single day. And the podcast episode is going to be dedicated to one of the next subjects. For example, first one we're going to cover is food, what to eat. And for the next 3 days, we're going to talk about what to eat and what not to eat and how to hydrate properly. Then we're going to switch to eating behaviors, how to actually eat your food in the right way. So it promotes your health, healthy hunger, and helps you to maintain amazing energy levels, peak performance, mental and physical, and just be more of a aware eater. So that's coming up. After that, we're gonna cover some exercise and activity basics. After that, we're gonna cover some recovery protocols that is crucial if you want to maintain health for many, many years and decades that are in front of you. Then we're going to talk about life skills, and by life skills, we mean here some basic shopping skills, meal prepping skills, and just getting through the hard moments and challenges when they arise in our daily life, and they will arise. Then we're going to cover some mindset and psychology tactics and tools that you can use to stick with your eating habits and improve them daily. And then last topic going to be environment, how to design your environment in a proper way so it supports your healthy eating, healthy behavior choices. And after this 3-week marathon of food school podcast every day, you're going to be supercharged and super ready to start and continue 2019 as the healthiest, fittest version of yourself. So today, as I said, we're going to start with food choices. And today in particular, we will talk about things that you should not be putting in your body and on your plate, because it can screw your health, it can steal your energy, it can even make your mood shitty, and you wake up every day and you feel low on energy, demotivated, you just feel shitty, and sometimes you wonder, why is that? And a lot of you guys, actually, because of all the toxins that you can be putting on your plate, or just foods that are not designed for your body, because every one of us is an individual, a unique individual, not only with unique genetics, but most importantly with a very unique gut microbiome. And our guts define the state of our health, the amount of energy we have, how optimistic and happy we feel, a lot of things. So we need to also take care of our gut through our daily food choices. So what not to eat? So first thing, guys, we should not be eating anything artificial. And some, scientists, some people in food industry, or also some health educators, they say, well, if there is no study, confirming that it's bad for you, or it can cause, or it doesn't cause some short-term now immediate bad consequences, then it's probably okay to eat it. But guys, a lot of studies take money, and not every study that can be done and should be done is going to be done. So just because something has not been studied enough, and just because something doesn't kill you right away, it doesn't mean that it's good for you. It doesn't mean that it's not going to mess your DNA, your mitochondria, your cells, your health, your energy levels. So to the best of our knowledge, anything artificial, our body cannot really process efficiently and effectively. And at the very best, it's not going to cause any life-threatening damage to your health. And at the very worst case scenario, it can potentially cause cancer and other diseases like that. Do you want to take chances like that? I don't. So I don't recommend you to make that choice that maybe or maybe not something that you eat, you decided that it's kind of healthy because there is no study, can cause down the road cancer or heart disease or dementia or what's not. You never know. Some things accumulate, and only after that can cause some damage. Some things will cause damage to your DNA repair mechanism and your mitochondria, that are energy producing plants of your cells. So no artificial stuff. Like, if you don't understand something, some term, if you don't buy that particular ingredient that you see on the label of food, then don't buy it, don't eat it. And that's why you also need to be buying organic and, grass-fed and animals that are treated humane without any antibiotics and any hormones, because all of them are going to end up in your body. So when I say nothing artificial, it means also to have organic foods that has no pesticides, herbicides, whatever. Also buying animal products that are of good quality and do not contain any potentially health hazardous substances that the animal was exposed to. So it's not as simple, but no artificial stuff, guys. I mean, sometimes if that happens by accident, or if you're on some event, it should be something that happens almost never. So no artificial things again in any of the food products that you consume on a daily basis. So just don't eat it. Again, if you don't understand what it is, and my rule, if I don't know what's in my food exactly, I don't eat it, because it's just not worth it. I can fast for another couple of hours, I can even fast for another day, because my health is worse that I want to live till 1,000 years young, and I'm going to wait till they discover that mechanism to prolong our life, and I want to preserve myself in the best condition till then. That's why I'm always so, I don't know how to even say, like, I always know what goes into my food. If I don't know, then I'm just not eating it, because we live in the world where you don't have any chance to be starving anytime soon. And if you don't eat one meal because there is just some crap available, you're not going to die. You're just going to get better, because our body actually thrives on periods of fasting. So artificial stuff, don't eat it ever. And of course, don't feed it to your loved ones, to your children, to people you really care about. Really, guys, do not. Thing number 2 that you should not be eating, it's kind of been controversial for over a couple of years, but people who are real health researchers and scientists and dietitians and nutritionists, they all know that vegetable oils like soybean oil, like sunflower oil, like safflower oil, or any kind of oil or fat that is not natural and has the potential to be unstable, has the potential to turn into trans fats when you cook with that, has the potential to create inflammatory effect in your body. Those oils, they should not be consumed. Oils that are produced by in some factory with a lot of heat and a lot of or under some kind of pressure. Any oils that are made artificially, you should not be consuming them. So again, sunflower, safflower oil, peanut oil, soybean oil, what they call vegetable oils, even though most of them have nothing to do with vegetables. I mean, those seeds, nuts, beans, not vegetables. It's not like you getting broccoli oil or something like that. So no vegetable oils, guys. They can potentially, again, disrupt your mitochondria cycles or the energy producing plants of your cells. They can hurt your DNA repair and your cells, your body repairs and reproduces different kinds of cells and DNA every single day. So if something disrupts that process on a daily basis, you're going to have health consequences one way or the other. Vegetable oils, a lot of them have a lot of omega-6 fatty acids. Those are pro-inflammatory fats. And yes, we do need them on a daily basis in some amount, but we do not need to consume them in the form of vegetable oils. Too much inflammation will slowly kill you. That is proven, that silent, slow inflammation that continues day in, day out, going to cause your shorter life and more health problems the more you live. It also can mess up your gut flora, and as we talked before, the health of your gut bacteria, of your gut microbiome, that defines a lot of your health, of your fitness, of your energy levels. So no vegetable oils. You can eat things like good quality, fresh, extra virgin olive oil. You can eat fresh and naturally made, not refined virgin, also extra virgin or virgin. There is not such a strict definition for coconut oil. You can have something like avocado or macadamia oil. You can also, for fats, use for cooking some grass-fed butter or grass-fed ghee. You can also use lard and tallow, of course, that comes from healthy animals. And that is very important, guys, that your fat comes from either plant that you should be eating or animals that are raised in the right way, that are totally healthy and lived good life before they were killed for our food. So no vegetable oils. Also, there are, good quality oils like flaxseed oils or sesame seed oils or walnut oils, but make sure that you buy those oils in small quantities to prevent the oxidation. And when those oils are oxidized, they start inflammatory processes again in your body. So you need to get them in smaller containers, because the bigger the container, the more oxygenation happens with that oil, and the worse that oil is for you. So those oils like flaxseed oils, like sesame seed oils, like walnut oils, they just really unstable, and you need to be really careful with storing them. And of course, you're not gonna cook at high heat with those oils. Those oils are only good for things like salads or put on already prepared food. So The best and kind of safest oils and fats, as I said, extra virgin olive oil, virgin coconut oil, avocado oil, macadamia oil, grass-fed butter, grass-fed ghee, tallow, lard. That's what you should be using. No vegetable oils, guys. It's really important. And almost all processed food these days have some version of that oil, of course, to prolong the shelf life of the products. And plus, they add a lot of unnecessary calories. We don't need more calories, really. Most of us live in a world that is full of variety and abundance of food. So, no vegetable oils. Number 3, no added sugars, guys. Not even honey, not even fructose, or not agave, that is actually kind of fructose syrup anyway. No added sugars. Most of us, guys, unless we are high performing athletes who do need that extra glycogen in their body for training, to use right weight around their training and for recovery, and that should also be glycogen or additional natural sugars added, that should also be monitored, even if you're a high performing professional athlete, monitored by your nutritionist, because too much sugar for our body is toxic. We have only about 1 teaspoon of blood glucose or blood sugar circulating in our bloodstream at any given point of time. We have somewhere around 1600 calories of glycogen, or another form of blood sugar that we can stored in our liver and in our muscles, depend of course on how much muscle you have. But anyway, more than that is toxic. That's going to promote fat gain, that's going to promote inflammation, that can increase your chances to get things like arthritis or dementia. As I said, it increases inflammation. That can also mess up your gut microbiome, your digestion. So many things, guys. Added sugars, most of us do not need to add any kind of sugars or sweeteners to our diet. Just eat your vegetables, maybe some starchy tubers like potatoes, so sweet potatoes, or pumpkins. Maybe eat some whole grains like rice or quinoa or amaranth, or maybe buckwheat with your vegetables, along with your vegetables. Maybe some healthy and prepared in a good, healthy way, healthy whole grains, beans. We don't even need fruits, maybe in season, maybe like in summer, some fresh berries. Nobody needs added sugars. You don't need to turn every one of your meals into dessert that is bad for your health, that is bad for your eating habits, that does not promote anything good except to satisfy your sweet tooth. So some people ask me, so there is no place in my life for dessert now? I didn't say that. There are special occasions, there are celebrations, there are those days, when you go out with your loved ones, with your friends, and you're there and there is some amazing dessert that you want to share, that you want to try. And yes, of course, try it then. But make it special occasions, not an everyday meal kind of thing. You don't need that. And that's only going to get worse with years of life. Nobody's getting younger, guys. And even kids, like for an occasional treat, let them eat fruits and natural sweet kind of things. Don't promote unhealthy eating behaviors in your kids. Those unhealthy eating behaviors then going to carry with them through their life, and that can cause a lot of problems, a lot of weight problems in teenage years. That can mess up their hormones and their energy levels, and also promote fat gain. And that's not good news, no matter how old or young you are. So added sugars, guys, it's the only reason to consume any kind of added sugars. And then I recommend you to get natural sugars and sweeteners, no some artificial bullshit that messes up your health much worse. So consume your sugars for special occasions when it's clearly worth it, when it's one of a kind experience, not for some, junky candy that's just not worth screwing your health over it. So no added sugars. Number 4, processed foods. By processed foods, guys, I mean anything that comes in a package. By processed food, I mean anything that is not whole foods, that is fresh or freshly or recently cooked. Anything that is not whole foods of a good quality, recently or freshly prepared or fresh foods, those are all processed foods. And processed, some foods can be minimally processed. Like, for example, if you grate your nuts and make them into, let's say, almond flour, except instead of whole almonds. So almond flour instead of almonds, that is minimally processed, but I'd still prefer to eat almonds, of course. So if it's procession, then make sure it's mechanical procession. So, if something is cut, it's not that bad. But then again, the smaller the cut, the smaller the pieces, the more it's oxidized, and the more it's stored, the less nutrition that food has. So processed foods, eat the least amount of them. Try to get at least like 90%, at least 80% of your food that is whole, fresh, and, either fresh, you eat it fresh, or you cook it in a healthy way. So no processed food otherwise, guys. It's time for you to understand that no matter how keto it is, no matter how low carb it is, no matter how good the ingredient list is, if that food is packaged and can be stored for months, that is not the food you should be eating on a daily basis. Again, occasionally, for convenience, maybe, but try to do your best to stick to whole foods most of the time. Number 5, dairy products. Now, a lot of you guys might think, that is okay to eat dairy, it's all natural, but it's really nothing natural about it. Cow's milk is made by cows for cows to grow baby cows into grown-up cows, and the nutritional value, the nutrition of milk is not something really designed for human health. So in most people, if you tolerate the lactose, the milk sugar, okay, and your body can still digest it, because most of the adults, I believe 75% of the adults lose that what do you call it? Lose the lactase, the mechanism basically that your body uses to digest the lactose, the milk sugar, and in most adults, milk will cause indigestion, bloating, gas, and then increased inflammation, and your milk not gonna promote your bone health. US consumes the most milk and has the most problem with bone density, bone fractures, and all kinds of inflammatory diseases. So nothing good about consuming the most milk, especially if that milk is conventional, made in a factory. But most of you guys should not be consuming milk. I'm okay with occasional fermented dairy products made from good quality milk that is made by good quality cows. So, for example, yogurt, of course, without anything added, unless you want to add maybe some fresh berries or frozen berries by yourself if you add them. So nothing added to good quality yogurt or kefir, maybe occasional cheese also that is made with yeast or bacteria, the best, fresh or aged cheese. So those products you can eat occasionally, or maybe like a little snack if you really get the good quality ones here and there, but it shouldn't be the basis of your diet. Definitely the basis of your diet should be, a lot of vegetables, and then some fish or meat. That's kind of the best diet for human health. But anyway, dairy products, occasional good quality, with no sugar, nothing added, kefir or yogurt, or some good quality cheese, not some fake cheese-like products, and definitely most of your calories should not come from that. And that's it for today, guys. So to recap, what we should not be eating. Number 1 artificial anything. If you don't understand what it is, if you don't buy it in your kitchen, if it doesn't belong to food kingdom, if it didn't grow or didn't run recently, then you shouldn't be eating it. And if you don't know what's in your food, don't eat it. Number 2, vegetable oil, sunflower, safflower, soybean oil, peanut oil, basically anything but good quality extra virgin olive oil. Make sure that it's not fake and it's stored properly and not used for high temperature cooking. Virgin coconut oil, avocado oil, macadamia oil, grass-fed butter and ghee, lard, tallow, good for you oils used for cooking, but again, don't make them the majority of your calories. Use a little bit for cooking to increase flavor here and there, but don't consume them with a spoon from the can. Number 3, added sugars, natural or unnatural. Nobody needs more sugar in their diet, more carbohydrates. So no added sugars. If you're feeling like something sweet on a daily basis, eat a piece of fruit and try to educate your kids or your loved ones to do the same. That's going to promote healthy eating habits that's going to be really useful for them later in their life. Number 4, processed foods. So any kind of foods that comes in a package, any foods that doesn't look like it's whole, any food that can be stored for months, food that was not freshly cooked, that was not fresh, processed food. 80% of your diet should be whole, fresh foods, fresh or freshly cooked, and packaged food, processed food. If you choose to eat them, make sure that those are derived from whole foods and they're of the best quality and have little expiration or best buy before date. So processed food, eat of processed food of good quality and smaller percentage, much smaller than of whole foods. And the last one, dairy products, except for occasional good quality yogurt or kefir or good quality cheese, don't consume any dairy. That's going to benefit your health like nothing else. So that's it for today, guys. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, if anything, always feel free to shoot me an email to Angela@createyourself.today, Angela@createyourself.today. And tomorrow, stay tuned because we will talk about things that you actually need to eat. Not just it's good to eat like your vegetables, but what your body actually needs on a daily basis to prevent any negative health consequences, like omega-3 fatty acids. But there are other things. So stay tuned tomorrow. And as always, till next time, eat better daily.